All right, folks, we've got a really, really crazy poll here, okay? So this is a ABC/Washington Post poll. It's a national poll that has come out. This seems to be the biggest lead that Bernie Sanders has had in any of these polls. Now it has Bernie at 32%, at plus 10, Biden at 16, minus 18, Bloomberg at 14, plus 7, Warren at 12, minus 2, Buttigieg at 8, plus 4, Klobuchar at 7 plus 3. So as you can see here, this is huge lead. I mean, this is a domination here. So Bernie rising 10 points, Biden dropping 18 points. Bernie at 32%, Joe Biden at 16%. This is an utter domination, as you guys all can see here. That's 16-point lead in this poll, with Bernie Sanders rapidly rising and Joe Biden going down quite a bit. He's dropping hard. And something interesting is that if I was looking at the morning consult poll to check out second choice numbers, and something really interesting is going on. So Bernie's highest group of second supporters go to Elizabeth Warren. Elizabeth's second choice voters by a wide margin go to Bernie. And then the most interesting one, though, was for some reason Biden's supporters second go to Bernie, the highest. And so I guess that's why when there was, I think YouGov did their head-to-head numbers, because they're like, the mainstream media are like, if you add up all the moderates together, they beat Bernie Sanders. And so they ran these head-to-head numbers, and Bernie was beating every single candidate. And it's because I guess voters don't vote based on ideology. I don't know if they're just dumb. I don't know what it is at this point. I mean, Michael Bloomberg is rising so much they have to be pretty stupid, to be quite honest with you. But clearly they're not really voting on ideological lines. And so Bernie may actually be pulling voters from Biden. Now, Bloomberg is clearly pulling voters from Biden. It's very obvious, especially with the African-American voters. And so that has really helped out Bernie Sanders. And so actually, Michael Bloomberg entering the race really helped out my boy Bernie, because taken from Biden and then Bernie continued taking from Biden. He probably has taken some from, he's definitely taken some from Warren as well. And Warren is definitely a scab at this point, because as I told you, a huge margin of her second choice supporters go to Bernard. And so considering that that is true, it would give him a pretty big increase. If she were to drop out and endorse Bernie Sanders, it would go up quite a bit. It would go pretty massively up, which would be, a big thing. But this is huge, dude. And so when you go on Real Clear Politics, you look at all the new polls, all of them are Sanders plus, all of them. I think the last one was like 10 polls ago that had Joe Biden up by like 3 or 4 points. And it was a shitty Hill-Harris X poll, which are the worst polls ever. And so what that means is Bernie is now in the lead. He's the front runner by a long shot. We will see what happens in Nevada, because he's winning in some of the polls, but you've got the first alignment stuff, the realignment numbers that are going to come into action, so I don't know what's going to happen there, but we will find out. But this is really good news that he's dominating so hard.